Anson County Partnership for Children is delighted to celebrate our 25th anniversary in conjunction with our annual Barn Blast. This milestone would not be possible without community members like you leading the charge for a brighter future for our children and our community.
In 1993, a group of Anson County community leaders started meeting to try to get Smart Start funds for Anson County. And in 1994, they actually formed a group that they called the Smart Start Planning Committee. It was led by retired school superintendent Geraldine Cole and also DSS director Nettie Brown. They were the co-chairs of the planning committee. And then the secretary was Lois Crumpler, who was a community college administrator. So they began to meet on a regular basis, and they invited other community members to meet with them, and they applied for a Smart Start grant for Anson County, but they were turned down. And so in 1996, they received their 501c3 status and called the group then the Anson County Partnership for Children. And then in April of that year, they submitted their second application for Smart Start funding, and it was successful. So the writer of that grant, it was about 20 pages application, was Gail Pressler. And she was the assistant superintendent of Anson County Schools. She had help from Glendora Hagans and Anna Balcom at the community college. And so after receiving the funding, they named the first Anson County Partnership for Children board chair, and that was Geraldine Cole. And they began to seek their first employee as executive director, and I was hired in January of 1997. You asked why, and I noticed in the application that Gail Pressler had very eloquently expressed the need for Smart Start in Anson County, and I'm going to read that if that's okay. Anson County is an ideal site for a Smart Start partnership. Here in this small rural county where material resources are critically limited and poverty is widespread, there abounds a special resource that too often goes unheralded, yet offers the potential for truly improving the lives of young children and their families. And that resource is the caring, concerned people who live here and value children as the joy of the present and the hope of the future. And I think that through the past 25 years, Gail Pressler's prediction really has meant the success of the partnership.
Oh, okay, all right. So the benefit of the Anson County Partnership is increased quality in child care for children in Anson County. Anson County has always had good child care, and I think even in 1996 when all of this started and you had the conversation of we got this new group that's going to come in and talk about quality child care. And my thought, because I had been working in child care, was, well, we already have loving, nurturing, caring people. What else could there be, or what else is needed to provide quality child care? And at that time, we had a lot of child care providers. And so it's the quality piece, and quality meaning more than just having loving, caring providers, but providers that are aware of child development, aware of educational needs, aware of other supports that increase the quality of the care.
Smart Start's mission is to help ensure that all North Carolina children enter school healthy and ready to succeed. The partnership is responsible for developing collaborative strategies to meet the needs of children and families here in Anson County. These strategies utilize Smart Start funds and other funding resources to develop direct services for children and families.
All the agencies in Anson County were involved in the start of the partnership and with the success, and that was really because a Smart Start mandated that they all be involved. But it had contributed so much to the success. So I want to mention some of the early board members and planning committee members because they really started the partnership. Anson County Schools was represented by Gail Pressler and Glendora Hakens. The Community College by Dr. Don Altieri, the president of the Community College, and Lois Crumpler and Anna Balcom. The Department of Social Services, Jeanette Brown was very involved, and Tanya Martin. And the Chamber of Commerce, Elbert Marshall, and he actually called the very first meetings in 1993. He was involved in that. And then also the Anson County manager, Steve Carpenter, and Geraldine Cole, who I've mentioned before. And then there were business leaders as well. Bob Stowe with Coughing Hoist, Beth Rogers with H.W. Little Hardware, Johnny Pettiford, a child care owner, was very involved. And then through the years, there were many community leaders, and they represented Anson County government, Wadesboro town managers, Uwharrie Bank, Anson County Hospital, and the health department, DSS, Atrium Health, and religious leaders too. First United Methodist Church and First Presbyterian Church, many others. In fact, I would say every agency in the community has been involved with this success.
When the partnership came to town and the focus was on quality child care and how a lot of the providers were kind of afraid because they talked about having to have education, having to do classes, and how over time the providers embraced it because of their love for children and because of their desire to provide quality care. And a lot of the providers jumped into the classes, enjoyed learning, enjoyed sharing it with the children, even sharing it with the parents. The other advantage of the partnership is that it brought additional funds to the child care subsidy program. Roughly about $250,000, $275,000 may have been the most that we've had, and how we add that to what we already receive. And in Anson County alone, we spend probably about $1.2 million in subsidy care. So that allows parents to be able to continue to work, continue their education, work overtime if needed because they know their children are in a safe, quality environment.
You know, the very first service that the partnership provided to the community was before we got Smart Start funding, and that was for the TIPS program. Gail Pressler wrote that application as well in 1996, so we got some funding for that very early and started providing services to teen parents and also expecting teen mothers. In early 1997, that TIPS stood for Teen Information and Parenting Service. So we provided home visits, in-depth weekly home visits, and in-depth meetings also to the teens. And although we had to discontinue that funding when we lost our state funding, I think the legacy of that program of TIPS still stays with us, so it's one of my favorites. But then we really started focusing on trying to increase the number of high-quality child care slots in Anson County. We only had 2 AA centers in Anson County. And so we really needed to increase that so that our parents had somewhere to send their children that was high quality. In 1999, we started collaborating with Developmental Day, and that was to try to provide a larger center for both typically developing and children with special needs. And in the year 2000, Anson Children's Center opened for children, and that was after the partnership raised over $1 million to pay for that center to open actually debt-free. I'm really proud of that because it continues on in Anson County more than 20 years later. So we still have children at that 5-star center in Polkton, and it's paid through developmental day funds, NC pre-K funds, and also private pay. Our second project for increasing the number of slots was a collaboration with Anson County Schools and also UCCA Head Start. So there was a primary school, Central School, that was closing at that time, and Anson County Schools offered it as a place for Head Start to expand. So in 2002, the Central Center for Children and Families opened at the old Central School site. And that was after the partnership had raised $500,000 to renovate the building. That center also continues to operate as a 5-star center, the largest child care center in our county, and it operates with Head Start and NC pre-K funds. And then there was the third project, and that project was at First United Methodist Church, where we are now. In 2007, the partnership began collaborating with the church to renovate some of its space to provide another Mort 4 classroom. So in January of 2008, this Mort 4 center started, and it is called Open Doors Center for Children. It continues to operate today as a 5-star center, and it serves now 2 classrooms of children with NC pre-K and private pay funding. And in fact, we're filming this now on the playground that was developed with that early funding.
From a DSS perspective, I think having the Safe Kids program, where they're able to provide car seats for children. From a CPS perspective, there's a great need for that. Being able to provide, also a lot of times we'll get CPS calls where a family may not have basic needs like diapers, wipes, milk, and they're able to come to the partnership and get those things. So that's another way that the partnership benefits the county. The partnership has also had the teen parent program, which was excellent for the county. We had a lot of high school students that were not going to school because they did not have childcare, or more because we did not have funding available. Partnership with the funds that they provided made teen parents a priority. And so then for those teenage students, then the child care was there. They were able to go to school, even have time after school so they could work on homework assignments. So that was a great benefit to the county. Even helping those teen parents with parenting and getting absent fathers, or not absent fathers, but the fathers involved as well, was a good resource. Where we are now, the Resource Center. I mean, the plus with the Resource Center is that it's not just available to providers, but available to the county as a whole. So anytime that someone has something want to do a child-themed program, then the resource is right here. They don't have to go to Party City or anything. They can just come to the Resource Center.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Research shows through early education and quality intervention, the entire community benefits. Outcomes have shown to reduce high school dropout rates, incarceration rates, to increase wealth and the tax base, and develop a stronger workforce for an overall more successful community. Professor Hickman, the founder of the Hickman equation, finds that there's a 13% return on investment for comprehensive, high-quality, birth to 5 early education resources. This research analyzes a wide variety of life outcomes, such as health, crime, income, schooling, and also increased mother's income after returning to work. The partnership's Smart Start programs focus on 5 core areas: childcare quality, childcare accessibility, child care affordability, health care, and family support, which are customized to meet the unique needs of Anson County.
For 25 years, Anson County Schools and the Partnership with Children have worked together to provide literacy-rich programming for kindergartners, extenuating support for young parents, and offering high-quality early educational programming to ensure that children are prepared for kindergarten and through life. Kindergarten teachers can tell which children come from high-quality learning environments because they are better prepared for school. Child care quality has a long-term effect on children's cognitive and social and emotional development through kindergarten and beyond. Early interventions not only benefits vulnerable families, but the school infrastructure as a whole. The partnership provides high-quality programming through NC Pre-K and other early childhood educational programs such as Child Care Facility to ensure that Anson County children can succeed. When a young child enters kindergarten ready for school, there is an 82% chance that that child will master basic skills by the age of 11, compared with a 45% chance for children who are not ready for school. Preschool reduced the percentage of children repeating a grade by 15%. Preschool lowered the rate of special education placement by 10%. And early learning and care increased high school graduation rate by 14%. High-quality early learning programs aimed at disadvantaged children help close the achievement gap, increasing IQs by up to 10 points. As a Tier 1 county, the support the partnership offers our children is vital to our most vulnerable families.
Through the years, we received increases in our Smart Start funding each year until the recession. And of course that hit everyone in the community and across the state and the nation. So we've had to take advantage of grant opportunities wherever they were available and take advantage of special Smart Start funding, end of the year funding. We've also received funding from large foundations like Kate B. Reynolds. It's funded several of our partnership projects, and local foundations like the F.E. Allen Little Foundation that has provided free office space since 2003 to the partnership. So when we didn't have the Smart Start funds or they were not available, we have just had to figure out, well, how can we provide those services? One of the ways that we did this early on and the partnership continues is through the annual Barn Blast. So when we wanted to provide a program called Dolly Parton's Imagination Library and we didn't have the funds to do that, we turned to the community and asked them, would you support us? Would you support children? And they have. So it's been a very successful program. The committed board members have been a big part of it, the excellent staff through the years, and the continued support of the community. One of the things that really got to me personally when we first started the partnership was that when staff members came back from home visits in the TIPS program or in other programs, they would come back and tell about them. And often what they would say was, do you know there were no reading materials in that home? And I would say, no books? No books. Magazines? No magazines. Always a TV that was on, but never reading materials for adults or children. And because I enjoy reading so much and I enjoy reading to children so much, that really got to me. So we started thinking at the partnership, well, what can we do about that? So early on, we started buying books, getting books from wherever we could, and giving them out at all community events, through the agencies, wherever we could. Well, of course, since 2006, we've had Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. And the number of children, it really is in the thousands that have received Dolly Parton's Imagination Library books. So we really know now that almost every home, I would suspect, has books in the home. Now, we hope those parents are reading to them, but at the very least, the children have access to those books in the home. So I think that has really gotten to me, and I feel like it's made a difference in making children be ready for school and ready to succeed when they get to kindergarten.
With our mission of helping make Anson County a better place to be a child and to raise a child, some of our signature programs include the Early Childhood Resource Center, which offers 6,000 resources and materials to child care professionals to help increase their quality in the classroom. This is also a popular resource for community members and serves as a hub connecting community members with other programs that the partnership can suggest. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library provides over 1,100 children free, age-appropriate books delivered right to their home every month. NC Pre-K is a readiness initiative proven to help 4-year-olds gain basic skills needed to be prepared and successful in elementary school. Raising a Reader is a book sharing program open for 3 to 5-year-olds in childcare and in kindergarten that increases literacy skills and family reading time. Reach Out and Read is offered at the local pediatrics office and prescribes books and informs parents about developmental milestones. During the pandemic, our services changed to include basic needs for our families. We delivered food and meals, diapers, clothing, and other resources in the county to help meet the basic needs of our families.
In the next 25 years for the Anson County Partnership, my hope is that the focus will continue on the quality of care for the children. It's hard to say what quality of care will look like in 25 years. Like I said, 25 years ago, there was never a thought in my mind that we should have computer tables set up in the child care centers for the children, that there should be learning centers where they actually do interactive play versus just sitting and having someone read to them. So it has evolved over the past 25 years. I can't even imagine what it will look like 25 years from now.
It's an easy decision for us to be involved with the Anson County Partnership for Children because of the great things they do in our community. You know, we believe as an organization it's important to invest in our communities and specifically in our children. There are few things more important to the future of our economic development than the literacy of our kids. So, you know, their literacy level of its citizens provides individuals with further education opportunities and as well as employment. So we believe as an organization that it's extremely important to make this investment every year.
I'm Fred Poisson with Poisson and Bauer. We're trial lawyers who represent seriously injured people, and I'm here tonight with my law partners, my daughter Stuart Poisson and my son Davis Poisson. And many of you know they were born and raised here, and we all practice law here and in Wilmington and throughout the state. It's my pleasure to talk to you tonight about the importance of business in terms of the Partnership for Children. It is good business to give back to the community in whatever business or profession you happen to be in. The Bible says, as a twig is bent, the tree will grow. And so we're in the process of giving back to children the books and materials that they need to have to read and to become enriched and to be nurtured. The more emphasis that is placed upon service and help for children, the better our community will be. It draws us as individuals closer together as we collectively give to the community. I would like to say that if everybody in the community focused on the importance of educating our children, of loving our children, of nurturing our children, by buying books tonight or at the barn blast, these types of things will enrich your soul. It will make you a better person. It will make our community better. It will make us all come together. it is an honor that we've had the opportunity to be a sponsor at the Barn Blast and other activities that enrich our children.
2020 was a very trying year for many. This pandemic has rocked our world and has changed the way we live our lives. It's also impacted fundraisers like this one and their ability to gather and raise money. And this cause is so important that they need us now. These children need us to support this organization. So I would ask you, from the bottom of my heart, open your hearts and more especially your wallets and help support these kids and support youth literacy.
And we would like to thank each and every one of you in Anson and surrounding communities that come together and give of your hard-earned money so that these children will have an opportunity in life. We hear a lot of talk about inequity between the rich and the poor, and it's so true that we just simply must give everybody the opportunity that they deserve as God's children to be nurtured. And I believe that the Partnership for Children is integral in doing this, and I thank them and each and every one of you so much, and may God bless us all.
Hello, my name is Wesley Martin, Board Chair of the Anson County Partnership for Children, and I would like to thank each and every one of you for contributing to the Anson County Partnership over the last 25 years. Without you, none of this would be possible. All the programs that go through and each and everything. So on behalf of the board, I would like to thank you again for contributing to the Anson County Partnership for Children.
Over the past 25 years, Anson County has built a solid foundation for our children with high-quality education and programming the partnership and community has provided. On behalf of the Anson County Partnership for Children, our board of directors, and our wonderful children, we would like to thank you for your support of our mission and your help to build a brighter future for our children. May we continue to work together to cultivate young minds for the next 25 years to come.